Hello friends, this is Jack from Choco Anime Recap, and today I'm going to recap the 2022 soccer football anime called Blue Lock Episode 19, Part 1. But before that, it's my humble request to every person who is watching this, please like this video and share it with your friends. After beating Team Red, Isagi wonders who they pick for Team White. Barou states that he wants Kunigami in his team, as he is good at hanging onto the ball as post player with his burly physique, and can provide more opportunities on the front line. Disagree with this, Nagi tells him that he wants Ryo in his team as he is a great anchor who can set up shots, and has a good balance of offense and defense. Hearing this, Isagi states that both of them can help their team, but it would also smoother their possibilities of winning against Rin's team, which means it would basically be committing suicide. He further states that the key to clearing the second selection is chemical reactions. We only made it this far because the three of us made that happen in real time, including Isagi devouring Barou and Barou devouring him back. With fierce determination, he informs all of them that he wants someone who will devour all of us, and without that, we'll never be able to beat the top three. Hearing this, Barou states that it's a gamble, but he can't refute the logic, to which Nagi also agreed to his statement. In a shocking moment, Isagi picks Chigiri for his team, and tells him that they need his legs. Before leaving Team Red, Chigiri tells Kunigami not to forget this, as they still haven't beaten Isagi yet, and he will wait for him with the same exact frustration. Admiring Ryo's last play, Nagi tells him that he was only able to make it here because it was up against him. Nagi further tells him that he has amazing abilities and great talent, and can make a pass in such an impossible situation. With a frustration on his face, Nagi tells him that things could have gone in their way, but he going ahead. Suddenly, Ryo asks him to pick him instead of Chigiri. He then reminds him of their promise to become the best in the world together, but hesitantly tells him that he has changed since aligning with Isagi, and he doesn't even care about him anymore. Shocked, Nagi tells him that if he thinks becoming the best in the world is simple, then he is wrong, further telling him that their promise was to play soccer, but not to play together, and he's not forgotten their promise. Before leaving, Nagi informs him that he is a pain in the butt, and he does not care about him anymore. Isagi then tells Ryo that, "Don't be the one who gets chosen, but be the one who gets to choose," even telling him that only somebody who can become the world's best striker can survive in Blue Lock. As the four of them leave the arena, Kunigami and Ryo gets frustrated for their loss and states that their journey is over. On the other side, Bachira thinks about his child, asking his mother that why everyone calls him a weird. His mother tells him that he is not weird, and the other children are not wrong at all. When asked what is the meaning of this, she tells him that fighting is bad, but the things he feel, these kids probably cannot feel them at all. Bachira then asks her that what should he do then, as he just wants to play soccer with someone which is actually better than playing video games. She then tells him that when people become adults, they stop believing even they don't want to, and while they pretending to not hear it, they actually become unable to hear their own voice. She further tells him that the thing he is trying to believe is something fleeting, yet precious, and it's the voice of a monster that lives inside his heart. Suddenly, the monster arrives at the scene and Bachira sees it for the first time with his own eyes. Back to the present, Bachira is training with Rin, and then falls to the ground. On the four-stage four-man room, Team White takes some rest, with Isagi napping on the bed, Barou cleaning the sheet, Nagi watching a video, and Chigiri drying his hair. Isagi talks about their next match strategy, but none of them listens to him. Suddenly, Barou finds dirty socks and towel lying on the ground and asks for their owner, to which Chigiri tells him that the socks belongs to him, and he will pick them up after drying his hair. Hearing this, Nagi tells him that the towel belonged to him and asks him to toss it in the washing machine. As Barou scolds them for not taking cleaning seriously, Isagi tells them to relax and go have some dinner, but Chigiri and Nagi refuses. To everyone's surprise, Barou agrees to his request, and they head to 4th stage dining hall. At the dining hall, Isagi thinks about the last game and saying harsh word to Barou, wondering that he still might be upset about it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Barou asks him that what does he see in the field, and what kind of soccer he wants to play. Isagi tells him that his weapons are his spatial awareness abilities and direct shots, and he can position himself in the field while he does not have the ball. He once again asks Barou to forgive him for harsh words in the game, but Barou tells him that everything he said was true, further revealing that he's not the kind of chick who still can't change even after feeling pain, but is strong enough to die once and drag himself back up. Surprised at his words, Isagi tells him that the Barou he knew way before is gone, and he kinda like this new one. Hearing this, Barou informs him that the only reason he's trying to get to know him better is so he can devour his talent and completely obliterate him. Isagi then tells him to give it his all, as he will tell him all about himself, and then he will evolve twice as fast as him. As they begin arguing on who will evolve further, Chigiri asks Nagi about what he's been watching this whole time, to which Nagi tells him that he is watching a compilation of World Soccer Super Plays and wants to study their traps. Nagi shows him the video of Noel Nova, who is the current world's best striker, but Chigiri makes fun of him by stating that no one is good as you are. Thanking him for praising him, Nagi asks Chigiri about his leg, to which Chigiri tells him that his right leg is hurt and is kinda ticking time bomb, and will be bad if he busts it again, but he has no regrets for this. He further tells Nagi that before he can become the world's best striker, he wants to beat a lot of guys first. As Barou and Isagi heads back to their room, Isagi thinks that since Chigiri and Nagi are on his team, what kind of game are they going to play? Suddenly, after entering the room, they see Nagi and Chigiri playing with Barou's shoe, with Nagi catching it with right foot. Infuriated, Barou asks what are they doing with his shoe, to which Nagi tells him that he wanted to try it after watching some online videos. As the three of them argue over Barou's shoe, Isagi, with a fierce determination, states that he can entrust himself to these three, and they can beat the top three for sure. On the other side, Bachira teases Rin for finally being serious with him, but Rin tells him that his moves are too tepid and his dribbling only relies on instinct, which won't work against him. When asked why, Rin informs him that his dribbling looks as if he's having fun with it, but he's actually afraid to fight on his own, and is searching for something with his soccer, even telling him that such a tepid ego doesn't stir his soul in the slightest. And this brings the first half of the episode 19 to an end. First of all, I want to say sorry for this short video, and second, the reason behind is that we had an appointment with doctor for Roxanne, which is in the next hour. Roxanne is diagnosed with COVID and hasn't recovered yet. Despite the symptoms are very low, she's still not healing. So, please pray for my sister and her health, and don't worry, I will upload the second half after arriving at home. Also, do share your thoughts about this video in the comments below. Thank you.